Divine Alfred not only wants to provide home-cooked meals for her community, but also needs to provide for her 3 children. This is our team. My name is Raina and I live in Maryland.
My name is Will and I'm from Rhode Island.
My name is Sophia, I'm from New York.
My name is Wes and I'm from Maryland.
So about our business. Divine Alfred, our business partner, has always had a passion for cooking. She's worked on a food stand with her mother-in-law for a long time and has decided recently she wants to branch off and create her own restaurant. Our business idea is to provide her with the appliances she needs to get her off her feet and to help her with her financial understanding so she can implement this business. The vision. Divine's vision is to have a packed restaurant 6 days a week, providing people of the working class with a place to go after work that has a homey feel and a welcoming feel, where she will provide dishes that feel home cooked. Our mission is to assist her in offering the community this experience and also to help her with her understanding of how to launch this business. So our product overview. So Alfred's Kitchen is going to make a lot of different northern Nigerian dishes, and the unique thing about her restaurant is that each dish is sold at 700 naira per portion, which is uniform throughout her restaurant. Her food is also very authentic to Nigeria, and she makes them every morning fresh, so it feels very home cooked. In the top left, you can see there are a lot of the different soups that she'll be providing. And then as her restaurant expands in the future, she would like to add some delivery services so that people from all over her community can come to her restaurant and she'll have more client base.
The problems. The main challenge for the restaurant is that she doesn't have the basic appliances that she needs. So we're gonna get her things like a freezer and a generator. Like I said, that she lacks the appliances. The reason she lacks these appliances is she has trouble managing her investments between her family and her business. Key factors. The most powerful factor of the business's daily operations is Divine has a true passion for cooking. All of these new appliances will allow Divine to have fewer responsibilities. The most important factor of Divine's business will be the freezer. This will allow it so that she will save a lot of time each day and she won't have to get all of her ingredients every day. In the future, Divine will hire more employees as her business grows. This will allow her to have more time and her food quality will increase greatly. Solutions. Our solution to Divine lacking the essential appliances is to invest in these essential appliances. The most important equipment is the generator and the freezer. These items will help her in the long run by saving her a bunch of time. Putting posters around her community will drive the customer base up. When Divine has all of her appliances, she will be able to save a lot of time and money. This will attract more clientele because of the quality of her food will greatly increase.
Alright, so for the location of Divine's restaurant, we had 3 separate locations and we landed on the one of Iraqi community that is located in Bauchi State, Nigeria. We picked this location for 4 separate reasons, that being the cost, clientele, the target audience, and the time. Starting off with the cost, this location was much cheaper than the other 2 locations, which will allow Divine to save her money. And then also for clientele, there is a lot of foot traffic surrounding this location, especially of her target audience, and that also ties into her third reason, that being her target audience is the middle class, as a lot of the surrounding area is schools, which means there are a lot of students that would be considered middle class, so they can go to her restaurant. And then also the time. So this location is very close to Divine's home, which will allow her to save on transportation money as the restaurant is very close. And then there are also 3 three competitive advantages. One being quality, two being pricing, and three being the customers. So as mentioned before, Divine makes her food each day fresh, which means that her food is of high quality compared to that of other restaurants. The second being of her pricing, as also mentioned before, her pricing is uniform, as each dish is sold for 700 naira, which will attract her clientele. And then the third is her customers. Divine's restaurant is in a location where her customer base is targeted towards, which means that it will have a lot of foot traffic, which will increase her clientele and her profit. And then for our business model, there's three things, which is her revenue stream, the value provided, and the key partners. So the revenue comes from her restaurant as she sells dishes, and then for the value provided, we'd like to provide her with freezer, most importantly, as this will help her save money in the long run. And then for the key partners, that would be her clientele, as they're the ones providing with her revenue.
Financial literacy. Budgeting. Budgeting is a key component to financial literacy, especially for the blind. Budgeting is a good way to track her expenses and to see that she's not overspending her money. Second is financial planning and goals, which is another key component for the blind. With this, the blind will be able to create a future roadmap and certain goals for herself for short-term and long-term goals for her restaurant and for her personal life. And last, savings. Savings is another important key component that Divine should focus on. She can set aside money for her restaurant and invest it for her restaurant and for herself. Investments needed. To start this restaurant, we need a power generator, tables, chairs, freezer, blender, and flyers for advertisement. Last, the net income, or the projected net income for the first 5 years. The first year is up to 2 million naira, and each year it will increase. And year 5, it'll be projected to be about 3 million naira. Thank you for listening.
You had mentioned that there were several locations for you to choose from for the restaurant. Was this choice that you explained Divine's first choice?
Yes.
They had given us certain locations and we helped her narrow it down because the other locations had a lot more cons than this one.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask about, so you mentioned, I like the model in general, the 700 naira across the menu, but just thinking about like overtime, like cost of food, inflation, materials, and I saw you all had like a steady stream of projected income, so I just wondered if you kind of thought about having only like one consistent price for the menu, but like maybe some food items like might cost more, and like what are those margins and how might you account for that?
So we did think about that, and then Divine sent us over how much it costs for her to make each dish. And then when we calculated net income, it wouldn't be too bad. And as for uniform pricing, we'll attract a lot more customers. We think that she'll be able to manage the fact that she has uniform pricing. But we did recommend for her that if anything, she should change it just in case she needs to make more of a profit. But right now, her profit seems fine, and it seems like it will continue to increase. So as of the moment, she wants to keep her uniform pricing.
Okay, great.
Yeah, my question is just around, so is this like a sit-down restaurant? I saw that she was serving, or does she also offer like to-go services? I know y'all mentioned like delivery is like one of the goals in the future.
So right now it's a sit-down restaurant, but in the future as her business expands more, she would like to expand to try and do delivery or takeout. But right now it's just sit-down.
Okay, so will like with these funds, will she be able to do delivery, or that's just like a long-term goal?
Yeah, she will be able to do these. She said she'd also find a food herself, and it won't take a lot of time or income for her to be able to do these. So she does see this as more of a short-term goal.
Okay, great. And my last question, is she the only one who works in this restaurant, or does she have other employees or someone helping her out as well?
So right now she's the only one, but with this projected growth, she plans to hire at least 1 and possibly 2 employees.
Perfect, thank you.
No other questions, we will go ahead.
Lesson study? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. To start, I was actually listening to you mentioning some of the things you want to actually provide for the business, and deep freezer actually keep coming up. So basically, it's really important because we have blackout all the time, and if she doesn't have a place to actually store food and other things, so definitely she'll be losing a lot of money. So, and I see the reason why your projected income actually keep going up. So, just make me feel like opening a restaurant business. That's gonna work. So, you have really taken a lot of things into consideration by, making sure that she understands that she needs to track her finances as well. At the same time, making the business to be flexible. But just like the other judges say that the dishes actually varies, because I know for sure the cost of those making those soup is pretty much different. So for her to take that into consideration, it's really going to help her. If not, she'll be losing a lot of money, because to make that kind of soup is pretty expensive kind of stuff. So, but apart from that, you guys have really made a very, very good presentation, and you have actually provided her with all the necessary things she needed to start off with. So congratulations.
I'm hungry. I wish we had a little sample of our food, but no, great job. I like how you look supplies, and probably the equipment is going to be a lot of the money, right? Such as the deep freezer. So good job hitting that. I like what you said, that the experience of going there to like a warming, comfort place to eat is going to be key. I think that's going to be one of the most important things, because you want, no matter where you are, you want to have that experience, and you guys hit on that. The financial management is going to be key as well, right? Because she's already cooking, she's already having the dishes. It's how she can manage her money and growth. And then the location, I'm sure a lot of research went into that, and back and forth. So nicely identifying the place next to the college.
Yeah, no, great overall presentation. Definitely made me hungry as well. I think you all did a really good job of having a strong vision. Something that stuck out to me is that she wants to be proud, and so I think that's kind of a lot of the passion that's driving it, right? Is that she's the one making the food, it's fresh, so those are all really important aspects that I think you all emphasize. One thing overall I see is that, right, like appliances are a key part, but I also feel like, it's very time consuming, right, for her to be the only one doing this, and then wanting to expand into a restaurant. So I even think, perhaps earlier on as well, considering having, even if it's someone that can come in and help with setup or something like that, because she may burn out, right? It's a lot to do, but I know she wants to be behind that passion. And then I think I mentioned my point just about, kind of understanding, I think, having 700 across the menu, like knowing the key items, right, that she's going to serve as well, or if those soups are her specialty, really driving that home. But you all did a great job presenting all of that.
Yeah, I think that she definitely saw my thunder, because that's where I was going with it. I think that it was a great presentation. I'm a big foodie. I like going to like mom and pop shops, whether I'm in America or elsewhere. And so for me, like fresh foods are essential. And so I think that driving that home, like Carla was saying, I think that's important. I was asking about, employees. I think like Carla mentioned as well, I think, putting some more resources around like someone that can help her out, whether it's like preparing food and things like that. I think that would be more essential on the forefront, other than a freezer. I'm not sure about the types of food. She would know best. But I thought that those are like just my first initial thoughts, is how can she sustain this by herself, whether it's like cooking or serving or delivering, like how could she do all that on her own? But I thought that the vision was very detailed. You all mentioned like what her goal was to be open 6 days a week. Like that's great to know up front. And I thought you all had a great presence, and it seemed like you all enjoyed like putting the presentation together, getting to know her. So I really enjoyed it.